Hi everyone, this is Tim Knight, Slope of Hope. Today is Tuesday, June 22nd, 2010. Last time I did this, a couple of people said to speak up a bit, so I'll try to, actually what I'll do is I'll just crank up the microphone sensitivity a bit here. Maybe that'll be better. Just give it a tap. Yep. All right, anyway. So, very good day today. And the way I judge myself, my own performance each day, is I basically compare, and it's nothing very breathtaking about this. I just compare how my portfolio change did versus the S&P. Being bearishly tilted, of course, I'd like to be up more than the S&P is down on those down days. And ideally, although it usually isn't this perfect, I'd like to be down less than the S&P is up on up days. Today, the S&P was down. I don't know exactly, like let's call it 1.5%, and I was up about 2.5%. So not quite double, but well ahead of the S&P on an inverse, which is great. And the reason is that so many of the individual stocks I've shorted are energy oriented, and that's why OIH is up here in the first place, because OIH, although it's been really pushing much higher, it had, what is this, like a 20% increase for this month. Really took a big dip today, and that helped substantially. The interesting thing is that, and I'll just kind of scooch this over some. My shorts are quite a long list. Just, you can see right down here. These really are all my short positions, and each of them is lovingly handpicked. And just one by one, if I see something I want to short, I short it. If I see something I want to buy, I buy it. And that is my kind of bottoms up approach to the portfolio. And it happens that the things that looked most appealing did indeed show the most weakness today, and that's how I'd really like to see it. Now, our good old friend WAG here, which here's the picture back from May 25. May 25, I'd put together, kind of speculating this kind of wiggly climb, and then this originally went up higher, but I modified it to not go quite that high because I decided it wouldn't go as high as that, and then kind of wiggle its way down. So I looked for a lift to around 1140, and then a descent much farther down, ultimately down to the mid 900s or thereabouts. And looking at recent history, let's kind of zoom in here to WAG Central. This is the actual S&P, and and this is where, back on May 25, where I'm pointing, where I put the WAG together during this. It just happened to be the low so far. Not necessarily for this year, but certainly maybe this year. That's off the screen right now, but for a good long time. And it did push higher, and then the whole wonderful world of WAG got really confused because it was much weaker than I anticipated. If you'll recall back here, I looked for pretty sustained strength and then a rolling over. Instead, it was really suppressed quite a bit. And then only after June 8th did it really kind of hit the throttle and push higher. And then, of course, yesterday's very scary push, thanks to the Juan revaluation. I, with no small amount of amusement, have mentioned my, back on May 21st, my prophetic laser quest score of 1133. Market Sniper had jokingly said that was in fact going to be the top. Yesterday's top of 1131.23 is staggeringly close to that. So maybe I should just go to Laser Quest on a regular basis. We can keep seeing these major turning points. Although I can assure you, next time I go, we try for a much lower score. Now, the other interesting thing about the S&P is, if we look at some moving averages here, Got some pretty interesting things going on. And some of you may not know this, but you can actually hide prices in profit charts. Poing, they're gone. And we can just see the moving averages. And the I'm yawning quite a bit here. This is kind of funny why. I'll just stop for this little anecdote. At like 4 this morning, I woke up and I was just, oh God, it was way too early to get out of bed. And I didn't know where the ES was. But for some reason I thought to myself, okay, it's down 4.75. And so just out of curiosity, I grabbed my iPad, which these days just hangs out on the side of the bed, and I fired it up, and ooh, it was down 4.75. So spooky, man. Deja vu or something. But that's why I'm yawning, because I've been up since 4. I keep trying to talk over it, so there we go. Anyway, the 50-day moving average, as you can see, is making kind of a very hardy run to cut through this guy. And the last time that happened was back here, late in August 2007. And boy, wasn't that a start of something interesting. So to my way of thinking, sort of seeing these guys just kind of pushing higher, and then blah, 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 we're getting kind of something similar going on here. Worth taking note of, I think. If I can stop yawning and continue, let's show those prices again. Now, what else do I get? Okay, so I do have a trio of longs versus my 207 shorts. I'm not passionate about these 3, but I'm okay with them, and I'm just a skosh nervous these days about being totally short. One is FXC, which is kind of the clumsy way that I want to participate in a euro bounce, and I'm not 100% sure the euro is going to bounce anymore, but just in case, I've got a pretty big position in this one. I'll just take a peek at the euro while we're here. I don't know. Looks pretty battered, but battered things can keep getting battered. But if something's going to bounce, that might well be it. Gold, once again, I'm switching horses. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll try to sleep more tonight. GLD. In spite of the Dow and the SP, all the equities being down today, gold had a pretty good day. And I've been hiding my drawn objects here. Let's just show those. So this, I don't know. Gold's kind of a creature unto itself. I set the stop just beneath yesterday's low. But you know, I was really trying to think of what to hedge myself with, and this was really one of the better things. I'm much more comfortable with this than GDX right now. But we will see. And the other one, which is kind of the weird, wacky one that we talk about sometimes, is gas, UNG. Of the 3, I actually like this one the most. This one of the 3 has the most, to me, classic setup for a long. I mean, I could. It is within the realm of possibility that this could, break above this trend line and move higher. But as I said earlier, most of my items are short. Here's a very beautiful example of one of these individual equities, which is short, ATHR. If energy suddenly got strength, things like this might turn around. This simply might represent being at the lower end of a multi-month range. If things remained weak, this is a very terrifying head and shoulders pattern here. We'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping a very close eye on stuff like this. Very last thing I'll say, I've been sort of joking about, all the BP opportunists and so forth. But, ultimately they may be onto something, because when I look at something like this, I mean, I don't actually seriously think BB is going to disappear. And this thing is basically near its IPO price in early 1999. The last graph I remember that is anything like this is American Airlines, which after 9/11 got very close to its low back in 75, and you can see had a tremendous push up. So I'm keeping an eye on it. You never know. Could be an interesting little flyer there. That's all the time I got. Thanks a bunch, and wish you well. Bye.